Hi. If you don't know me, my name is Hiba. I don't know how to start a video, so I'm just gonna say what it is from the get-go. This is gonna be a realistic what I eat in a day, plus like my daily life activity. I'm gonna warn you right now, a lot of the foods you're about to see aren't like aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Keep in mind, I eat for performance. I don't eat in the sense of everything has to look perfect on the plate. I am going to eat whatever is on the plate. So the foods you're gonna see might not look yummy to you, but it's yummy to me. I eat like this almost every single day. Sometimes I'll change things up, especially around breakfast time because I love breakfast. But for the most part, my diet is the same. I eat like this almost every day. Some people might find it boring, some people think it's lame, but it works for me. As a disclaimer, this is what works for me. I'm not saying this is how you should eat. I'm not saying this is the only way to eat. This is what works for me, what benefits me, what is convenient to me. So by no means are these suggestions at all. A bit of context about myself. I enjoy doing bodybuilding. I love to work out. Fitness and weightlifting and all that good stuff is part of my life, and it's very, very important to me. So let's get started. In the mornings, I wake up at around 7 or 6 a.m. and I make myself a cup of coffee, and I also have these protein yogurt bars that I make the night before, and I just freeze them. A little thing about these yogurt bars, they're like yogurt protein bars. They are heavily inspired by this one TikToker. I think his name was Jordan Kroc. There's also another recipe later on that I also took from him. Well, not copied him to the T. It was heavily inspired by him, but I just changed a few of the ingredients because it's what I had. So I'll leave a screenshot of his page if you guys want to go check him out. He has some really good ass craving recipes if you're craving something, and I think a lot of them are really good. Continuing, I have the yogurt bar and my coffee, and I just sit there and eat it and watch outside, or sometimes I'm on YouTube watching something. I look so puffy in the mornings, so I apologize for my swollen face. The next thing that I have, this is usually going to be my pre-workout meal. I don't know why, but this popped up on my TikTok as well. I saw this video of this guy using a funk song and did a very intense PB&J edit, and it made me crave peanut butter jelly sandwich. So that's what I ended up having. For my PB&J sandwiches, I use a PB Fit powder, and it's just lesser in calories, and I use a sugar-free jelly along with low-calorie bread. Along with that, I also had almond milk, and I drank it on the side. So then after that little meal, I had a hot chocolate coffee. I put a hot chocolate capsule and then instant coffee in it, and it's just so good. So I had that as well. I didn't film myself eating this, but I had a caramel rice cake. Those are pretty bomb too. After that, I got ready for the gym. This was the fit. It was just a simple red and black / gray theme. There's my goofy ass right now. Trying to get ready. And that's me all dressed up. Also, that's my cat. He likes to take over my bed, so he's just too damn cute. I do take pre-workout before the gym. My preferred brand is going to be PE Science. They're prolific and high volume specifically. One is a stimulant, one is not. And I do 1 scoop of the actual caffeinated pre-workout, and then I do a scoop and a half of the stimulants. I do a scoop of creatine. Creatine is very important, people. Make sure you're eating or drinking or swallowing, depending on what form you're trying to take it in. You're taking creatine. It's very important. I aggressively grab my things and then I head out to go to the gym. I one time saw this TikTok where they talked about how if you are not dreading or like scared of your workout before you enter the gym, you're not training hard enough. That's me right now. I'm literally sitting in my car like I don't want to do legs today. So today I hit legs. I'm not particularly too proud of these squats. I did 2 for 2 at 215. This was a loading phase of mine, so I don't know, I didn't like how they looked. It looked like I was doing like a good morning almost when it was coming up, and that's definitely not what you want. So in the future, I'm definitely going to be working on technique for sure. Next, we did leg presses. Leg presses is like a love and hate relationship with me because it's always different from machine to machine. I know a lot of people are going to call me out with my hands being on my knees, but I'm not using my hands to push the weight. I'm using my hands to keep my knees together because I've noticed that I tend to go over my range of motion, which ends up hurting my hips. So this was just making sure that I'm not overpassing that and just keeping my knees together and not letting them collapse. I actually really felt like dying during this exercise. Next, we got RDLs. RDLs was one of those exercises that I strongly struggled with because I kept feeling it in my lower back. And honestly, it's a matter of just like messing around with your foot placement, with your how much you're bending your knees, how far back you're going. It took me a while to figure out a good stance and a good range of motion where I actually do feel it in my hamstrings and glutes. It's different for everyone, to be honest. One advice I will give though is that like when you're doing your RDLs, think of like you're trying to like close a door with your butt and then hinge from your hips. A lot of the times what I was doing was I was using my back to lower the weight when you don't want to use your back. You want to use your hips. Hinging at the hips and a slight bend at the knees. That's what worked for me, and I started feeling it tremendously in my glutes and hamstrings. But definitely mess around with it and just figure out what's the perfect stance for you. At the end of the day, everyone's anatomy is slightly different, so you have to figure out what works for your body. So let me explain myself in these in these leg curls. I did a single leg curl and didn't know where to put my other leg. I didn't want to put it behind the bar because I wanted to do the full range of motion where like I sort of hold it at the end, but my foot was in the way. So I just put it on top of the machine. It worked. I mean, I felt it. So excuse this awkward setup, but I mean, I just didn't want the bar hitting my leg. So I just, I did my thing. Now listen, I know calves can be a bit controversial for a lot of people, but I like using this machine just because I feel it more in my calves. I end up feeling them more in my ankles when I do the standing machine one. So I just do the bent over one. I know it looks funny, it looks goofy, not everyone likes using it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I like using this machine for my calves. I ended the workout with a bit of ab work. I did reverse cable crunches. I think it's one of the more optimal. I know that word is very overused nowadays, but it's definitely one of the more effective or more optimal ab exercises out there than all the other useless crap that's being like praised online. And she looking mighty fine, that's for sure. I had a very good pump. So, and my face after my workout. If you are not feeling like this after your workout, did you train hard enough? I didn't think so. Also, I got my eyebrows done, so I also had a sucker in there. They had like a jar of lollipops at the threading salon, so I just wanted one, so I just took one while I waited for my turn. I looked super cute afterwards, so my eyebrows were threaded. once I got home, now this thing, I know it looks funny, so let me explain. I can't really explain what this is. It is inspired by the same guy that made the yogurt bars that I showed in my mornings. It's called like a protein cookie, but it's not a cookie. I'm gonna find a guy on TikTok that actually came up with this recipe. I didn't follow it to the T, but I was heavily inspired by him, so I'll definitely let you guys know who it was. It's so good, man. Essentially, it's by the same guy that I was inspired by in the beginning, in the morning with the yogurt protein bars, Jordan Kroc. I am addicted to your recipes. So definitely check him out. I mean, they're just so bomb, to be honest. And I usually munch on this right after I work out. It's like a little treat after I finish working out. And I always end up watching something on YouTube while I eat it. So, and it's very good. It's very yummy. Next is my actual dinner. I have like a version of this like almost every single day. It's rice cauliflower with red kidney beans, some sort of vegetable. I had broccoli and then chicken, of course, and boiled potatoes. I love boiled potatoes. I've been having like an addiction to them lately, and I can't explain why, but they're just so good. And a Diet Coke. Now, listen. I don't care what anyone thinks. I love my Coke. I love my aspartame. So just let me have it in peace, okay? It's so good. I can't explain it. Is it an addiction? Probably. But it's my life, so. And it was raining outside that day, so I decided to have another cup of hot chocolate coffee because it was just the perfect setting for it. After that, I also had some apple slices. I just sliced them up myself as a little snack. Another little snack I had was these like sugar-free Jell-O that I make at home. I had like 2 cups of those. Not cups, like two servings of them. I also found something in them that's I just like flicked it away, but whatever, I'm still gonna eat it because I don't like wasting food. So I take very aggressive bites. So for my this is my third meal. My mom made boiled chicken. I just took some of that and made like these wrap sandwiches using these like low calorie tortilla wraps. Excuse the second one. I kind of burnt it a little bit, but I'm still gonna eat it. And I usually smear like G. Hughes sauce on there. It's a low calorie sauce that is just so good. If you're not using G. Hughes, you're not living life correctly, okay? And I'm a pickle girl. I love pickles, so I like to put those in my wraps. And another Diet Coke. I just told you it was an addiction, so don't judge me, okay? I had 3 wraps. They were pretty scrumptious. I had a good time eating those, so. And then I had another caramel rice cake, because why not? And towards the end of the night, I had some popcorn, Smart Pop specifically. It's super good. It's just a big bag, and it's like 100 calories per bag. And then I had some almond chocolate milk, because I was craving chocolate, so. But yeah, that was pretty much it. That's like basically what I eat almost every single day. Something to keep in mind is, again, every person is different. This is what works for me. This is what's been benefiting me. I've been eating at maintenance recently, so I'm not trying to lose or gain weight by any means. But, just eating at maintenance, maintaining my weight, and hitting the gym. I feel like the maintenance phase is one of those phases that a lot of people neglect. Don't skip out on your maintenance phase. Go through it before you start, because I feel like a lot of people go from cutting then straight into bulking. I like to have like a middle ground where I just kind of maintain my weight before I get into bulking. Yeah, this was like a realistic what I eat in a day. And that's kind of about it. So You can follow me on Instagram. It's at Heebs, and I'll leave a link for it in the description below. I'm a lot more active on there. If you guys enjoy this type of video, let me know. I mean, I have no problem filming another what I eat in a day, but again, it's probably gonna be the same thing. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye!